Yes, hello. Yes, sir. It's Wednesday night. Yes, fantasy football night. That's correct. Line is forming to the right. Yeah, both fantasy leagues as well as the Survivor League. Correct. We'll be covering all that, sir. Yeah, some people did look like shit this week. Yeah, there were some that looked all right. We'll get to all that. Yes, ma'am. Mini bars open. It's always open. VIP to the right. Line is to the left, please. Yes, Wednesday night, fantasy football night. Always in season. Hardcore Challenge Live, yes. Commish is in the house, yes, he will be hosting. Yeah, it's not just silver and black tonight. Unfortunately, we do have fans of other teams that stop by on Wednesday nights. It is fantasy football night, man. I know. Normally we would toss them out, but some of these are hardcore challenge owners, man. Yes, show will be starting very soon. Thank you for joining us. These guys like to run a tight show. Enjoy the show.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0.
Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head. 1, 2, 3. Well, you're not hardcore. Let you live hardcore. And the legend of the rich was way hardcore. Yeah! Now we're...
What's up, everybody? Week 1 is in the books. In Season 17 of the Hardcore Challenge OG League, Season 4 of the All-Rated Nation League, and Season 3 of our Survivor League. They're all in the books. Some of us took L's, some of us are eliminated, some of us are both. Took L's and eliminated. What do I get for betting on the fucking fish? Cocksuckers. But, welcome, fantasy football fans, members of the Raider Nation, football fans in general. Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live, the official podcast of the Hardcore Challenge, which is the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. Thank you all for joining me. If you're not playing in the Hardcore Challenge, you're playing in one of them minor league fucking, playing with your coworkers, playing with your aunts and your cousins. I got my big matchup with my sister this week. Yeah, she don't even know half the fucking players, so, yeah. It's the pinnacle of fantasy football competition, and let's jump right into it, shall we? Week 1 rundown. Week 1 rundown. Here we go. We're going to hit last week's game of the weeks. Got the big ballers, the low ballers. Legal roster. We only had a couple this week. Only a couple. Couple bumps in the road, but damn near everybody's got it under control. Only IR in your reserve spots, and you got to have that mandatory defensive bench spot filled. Yeah, dude, I agree, Dave. The Eastern time zones are rough. Them late fucking Monday night football games. So, and it's even rougher for the motherfuckers. I'm going to do a podcast after that bitch, too. It's going to be a late night. Late night. And I got pool league that night. I got 9-ball league that night. That'll probably won't be over until about after the first quarter. It's going to be a fucking interesting Monday night. All right, let's get into this bitch, shall we? Let's hit on last week's game of the week.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
It's time
Is this not why you are here?
for the hardcore. Last week's game of the week in the big league took place in the NFC. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. I'm on the wrong week. Right team, wrong week. There we go. In the NFC between Take It Deep and our only new owner in the NFC, the father-son duo. Woo! Did not do so well. They were hanging in there, man. It was fairly close. It was tight, as you see on the bar graph. It was line graph. It was tight all the way through, but just overtook them in the end there with them late scores. Too much Monday Night Football action. Taking deep rallies against Woo. Takes them down. I mean, they had a valiant effort in their first game in the Hardcore Challenge. I mean, we'll give them an applause a little bit. It wasn't horrible. Now, in our other game of the week, also wanted to focus on our new owner, one of our new owners as well, and they unfortunately had about the same result. Skullfuck the Chiefs against two-time defending champ, back-to-back champ Raider Richie. Again, it looked like maybe Skullfuck the Chiefs, when you look at the line graph, he was off to an early start, but just steady creeping back in. Overcame him late. That was it. That was the end of the game. Raider Richie against Skullfuck the Chiefs. Not the outcome you wanted, unfortunately, in your first game. So, that's so much for last week's game of the week. Let's hit the big ballers of the week, shall we?
There's a platform stage.
Big baller of the week, Shadow Raider 215 in a shootout with Raider Nation 770. I also lost in a shootout. It's the two teams that were the number 3 and number 4 highest scoring teams in the league this week. Both took L's. I was one of them. JoJo beat me in a shootout. We'll talk about it later and spin around the league. JoJo's waiting for his fucking cookie. He's been waiting for that cookie since Sunday. Monday probably. I still had some life in me Monday night. Not much. But my team did all right. I mean, I posted up almost 200 points, so it is what it is. It was 4th highest scoring team. I took the L. It is what it is. So, Shadow Raider, big baller in the big league, and the big baller in the OG league was in the AFC this week as Blackout with 222. That was the highest scoring of all the Hardcore Challenge leagues right there. Spleeve off to a solid start. 222. He ran away with this. It was never even close from the fucking giddy up. He was just putting it on him. He had Geno Smith, led by Geno. Blackout drops the hammer on the Bison Broncos. Nothing like a little Raider donkey beatdown in week 1. Takes the career series to 5-1. Damn! Look at that. Blackout owning Bison Broncos. shocking. I'm a little shocked by that. And see, this is what I love about the league is they do little things like this. They've got you got a fucking story about your game afterwards. I hope since ESPN bought NFL.com fantasy football and they're merging next year that they don't fuck up all this cool little shit that NFL.com does. It's the reason I like NFL.com. The fact that they remember this and have this built in, that they're tracking your career stats against other fucking, that's just badass, man. That's badass. I mean, we track everything and shit. I didn't even know that. That slipped by me. 5-1. That's pretty solid. Nice work, Spleef. Nice work. All right. Moving along. That's enough of stroking Spleef here. All right. Low ballers. We got the low ballers as well. Got to go from the top to the bottom. Low ballers. This week. Low ballers in the All-Rated Nation League. Man, not a good showing with the 139. Not a good showing at all, but not as bad as I lost my Chubb. Co-owned. This team is co-owned. There's two of you calling the shots here. What the fuck happened?
What?
Man.
Game over.
Not good. Let's hope for a little bounce back from Nix and Chubb there in week 2. Because that ain't a good start to the season. That's rough. Legal rosters. It's very simple. You have 2 reserve spots. If you have a player on IR, it says IR. The 2 letters behind their name. Doesn't say pup. Doesn't say suspended. Doesn't say anything else. Only IR. You can stick them guys in your reserve spots till they come off of IR and then move them out of there and make your proper bench adjustments. That way, if a keeper goes down and he gets put on temporary IR, you have the ability to keep them, not have to drop talent. The spots are there. We allow you to use them, but only for IR. And there is a mandatory defensive bench spot. When we expanded the defensive roster, we expanded the bench to support it, but we didn't want people just hoarding extra offensive players. So you have one mandatory defensive bench spot you must carry at all times. There is one offender in each league this week. As soon as they were reminded, they were like, oh shit, and fixed it. So I know nobody's doing it on purpose. Nobody's ever doing it deliberately. That's why we just smack hands, remind everybody, we'll make you make the move. But try to remember, if it gets late in the season, later in the season and you're doing it, obviously you're an idiot and you need, I don't know, publicly flogged or something. But just mandatory bench spot. It's very simple. Very, very simple. All right. Game of the weeks this week. Let's start with the game of the week in the All Raider Nation League, shall we? Let's start with that. This week I wanted to pick, I thought last season we started a little bit of a possible division rivalry here in the All Raider Nation League. These two battled right down to the end for the division crown, and it's the first time they match up this season, and they're both coming in at 1-0. This is my game of the week for this week. Right now, Haywood Gang is about a 12-point favorite. I don't know if there's roster adjustments to be made yet or not. Possibly. Possibly still maybe some adjustments to be made. There are some moves there to be made. But this is a solid matchup right here. These guys could be at the top of the division again, battling it out this season. So, we'll see. Who do I pick? I gotta make a pick. You know what? I'm going with the projected favorite in this one. I'm picking Roland. I'm picking the Haywood Gang. It's a lock. Bet your kids calling tuition on it. Haywood Gang's winning. That's your game of the week predictions for week 1. And in the OG League, I'm rolling with the champ this week. The defending champ. Come out. He got a big win. We was a little worried about his draft. He got a good draft grade. So Willie's back defending the crown week 1. Facing off against Bed Bath & Beyond, the division rival who also was a winner this week as well. Right now, Willie is about a 15-point favorite in this. And I'm picking the champ. I'm picking the champ in this one. I'm picking Willie to win this one. I'm going with the projections in both of them. You've kind of seen what these guys are after 1 week. So I'm rolling with the Bandits. I'm rolling with the Bandits. Spin around the league. Let's take a quick spin around the league and then get the hell out of here, shall we? All right. Let's start over in the AFC of the big league. My fantasy weekend was not good. The USF Bulls beat the Gators for the first time ever. They're ranked number 18 in the nation after knocking off 2 top 25 teams. Then the Raiders come out with a big win on Sunday. I'm feeling like $1 million. But you know what? My teams never win. And then my fantasy teams win too. When my teams suck, it's always my fantasy teams that pick me up. So I just never have a week when everybody wins. It just never works out that way. As you see up here, Reggie whooped my ass by goddamn near 50 fucking points. That isn't what I wanted to see. Answer to the Master took an L. Knox Vegas Anarchy posted over 200. Blackout with the huge win, owning Bison Broncos. The Stoned Ponies. Ryan, he's using AI. Fucking the powers of AI on his team is with the dub in week 1 over Emmett, who's been owning that division. Bleeding Green and King Salami in an absolute homie shootout there. King Salami gets the win by 3. This was a bit of an underwhelming. Stinky Pinky 152 loses to a 163. See, why couldn't I be in a game like that? And the Refrigerators take down All Pro in a fairly close one, 179 to 172. Over in the NFC, week 1 action. Donkey Punch goes down to the Cheesehead, 165, 169. Skull Crushers posted a solid 220, winning in an absolute shootout. Kilowattage, I feel your pain, man. Scoring 195 and losing. I did that in the All-Rated Nation League. Frickin' football time. Carroll takes the L from lucky number 11, 160 to 170. Knoxville Assassins against the Pack Attack is back. Knoxville Assassins with a solid score of 221. Taking down Pack Attack is back with 173. Take It Deep, 187, 160 in the game of the week. Renegade Outlaws, 162 to 183, lose to the Black Hole. Bed Bath & Beyond, 198, solid score, taking over Bucknuts. And I lost my chub with the lowest score in the league, giving Willie the cheap dub with 161 in week 1 in the All-Rated Nation League. JoJo got the dub against me, 194 to 213 in a shootout. Congratulations, JoJo. We'll give you goddamn props. You got a nail coming later in the season. That's the one that's really going to hurt when I put your ass out the goddamn playoffs, JoJo. Redemption. Redemption's sweet. Revenge is a dish. Best served cold, JoJo. You should know that. You're a fucking chef. Over here fucking poking the bear, you motherfucker. Black Hole takes the loss to Raiders all day. Raider Richie, game of the week, takes down Skullfuck the Chiefs. Nick Salver Harmby. Death Dealers smacked him hard. Max Destruction, 1-4. Here's a fucking shootout. 143 to 148. Max Destruction loses to Bringing the Pain in a very underwhelming matchup. Shadow Raider with the dub, 215. 196 in a shootout. Haywood Gang, Raider Nation 98, 176 to 165. And One Nation over the Autumn Pirate. The Autumn Pirate loses again in week 1, so all is right in the world. There we go. That's your spin around the league. We'll be back next Wednesday. Same time, same channel. Talk about your fantasy football, but we got one more thing to hit. Survivor League. Survivor League. Oh, Survivor League. I did really well in the Survivor Leagues a couple seasons ago. I ran that bitch all the way down with Raider Richie. It was me and him all the way to the end. Well, that's not the case this season. Last season in week 1, it was an absolute bloodbath. We lost damn near fucking, like, I don't know, 3/4 of the league in week 1. This week, it was just me and El Pirata. Two of the hosts hit Raider reaction. Both went with the fucking fish over the Colts. Dude, the Colts are a shitstorm. I did not see that happening. They had quarterback controversy. I thought for sure this was one of the locks for the week. Well, yeah. So everybody else moved on except for the two of us. So everybody else, most of the people have already gotten their picks in. Some of you still need to get your picks in. You got till before kickoff on Thursday. Good luck. But I'm already out the goddamn Survivor League. Fucking clown show over here. I couldn't fucking believe it, dude. The Dolphins got smacked the fuck around. That's what we got. That's your spin around the league. We'll be back here same time next week. Talk more fantasy football. Talk more Survivor League. Hopefully I do better. Well, I ain't gonna do no better than Survivor League, not until next fucking season now. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen of the football world, Raider Nation, and owners of the Fantasy Football League called the Hardcore Challenge. We will see you next time, same channel, for some more fantasy football action next Wednesday. I'm out. Peace, love.